Austin East High School, also known as Austin East Magnet High School, is a public high school in Knoxville, Tennessee, operated by Knox County Schools. The school includes a magnet school program in performing arts. Austin East is the successor to two formerly racially segregated schools, the all-black Austin High School and the all-white East High School. The two schools were combined in 1968 to form the integrated Austin East High School. Housed in the East High School building, Austin High School opened in 1879. It was named for Emily Austin, a white woman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who raised money to establish the school as Knoxville's first black high school. She had arrived in Knoxville in 1870 with the goal of helping to educate African American children, who at the time were schooled in church basements, lodge halls, and one-room schoolhouses scattered throughout the area. For 8 years she worked as a grade school teacher in black schools in Knoxville. Then she returned to the north to seek donations for establishment of a black high school. She succeeded in raising $6,500, which was matched by $2,000 from the Knoxville Board of Education to start Austin High School. Edenton, North Carolina. Native John W. Manning became school principal in 1881, the first black person to hold that position. An 1881 graduate of Yale University, Manning remained as principal until retiring in 1912. He was succeeded as principal by Charles W. Kanzler, who had been teaching at Austin since 1900. In 1916, Austin High School left its initial location on Central Street in Knoxville to move to a new building on Payne Avenue. At the Payne Avenue location, the school was renamed Knoxville Colored High School. By 1928, that school building had become overcrowded due to a growing African American population, and the school moved to a new location on Vine Street, once again using the Austin High School name. William A. Robinson became school principal in 1928. Robinson served for just 2 years before moving to Atlanta and being succeeded as principal by Thomas R. Davis. Davis was principal until his death in 1948, when Dean of Girls Fannie C. Clay assumed the position of acting principal until the appointment of Otis T. Hogue as principal in the fall of 1949. In 1952, Austin moved to a new modern building 1 block from its previous location, remaining there until its merger with East High School. East High School was one of 4 schools, the others being West, South, and Fulton, that opened in 1951 following the split up of Old Knoxville High. Initially an all-white school, East began to enroll black students in the early 1960s as the Knoxville City Schools underwent a slow process of racial integration. The school graduated a total of 17 classes before its merger with Austin High School in 1968. Its sports teams were called the Mountaineers. In 1968, the two schools, which were only some 8 to 10 blocks apart, were combined to form a single racially integrated high school located in the East High building, and named Austin East High School. The Austin school site became the location of Vine Middle School. Following the merger, many white students from East High transferred to other high schools, leaving Austin East as a predominantly black school. In 1987, authority for the school shifted from the city of Knoxville to Knox County when the city school system was consolidated into Knox County Schools. In 1997, the school received Magnet School designation, offering a focus in performing arts, science and math, in spite of the Magnet program, which was intended to boost white enrollment. As of 2008-2009, more than 80% of Austin East students were African American. After several years of failing to meet performance benchmarks set under the No Child Left Behind Act, in 2008-2009 the school was reorganized into small learning communities. On April 12, 2021, a shooting occurred at the Austin East High School, leaving a student dead and a police officer wounded. The Austin East Magnet program in performing arts operates as a school within a school. Specialized offerings include dance, theater, vocal and instrumental music, and finance and business. Austin Eastfield's interscholastic teams in football, soccer, basketball, baseball, softball, cross-country, track and field, marching band, wrestling, volleyball, the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association. And 1987, the girls' track team won the AAA championship in 1986, 1987, 1988, and 2007.